turn on the camera and start vlogging a few days of me preparing to host a Galentine's Day party. Now, the reason I'm starting a bit early is because life has been lifing at me. It feels like I have an accumulation of just things going on. So not only do I have things that need to get done, but I also want to maintain things so that I'm not as overwhelmed when the party does come around, which is a while from now. I don't host quite often, so this is also another little barrier that I have to jump through. But before we continue, let me go ahead and introduce myself in case you are new here. Hi, my name is Brenda. I am a 30-something that works and lives here in very sunny yet cold San Francisco. And like I mentioned, hosting Galentine's. Now, I have always hated Valentine's Day. And a lot of people always default to that whole like,
well, if you were in a relationship, you would like Valentine's Day.
And I can confirm that that is not true. I have had Valentine's Days when I'm in a relationship, where I have plans, where I get flowers, where I get gifts, where I get to give gifts. Like, I have had those Valentine's Day and I still absolutely hate the holiday. So in order for me to find a little joy in it, I started doing Galentine's Day because, at least for me, I really more so value my friendships. I mean, right now I'm not in a relationship, but overall friendships are very important. As of the past couple of like months and year, I have made new friends and I just really have appreciated these friendships. So I got asked by my friend Ale if I would be hosting another Galentine's Day, and I guess this is a perfect opportunity for me not only to face my hosting fears but also continue the celebration. In the past, I would just send a little envelope, Happy Galentine's Day, and write them something really nice. But since last year, I did a little hosting, and so this year we're gonna do it again, and I have to like get things together around here. So I'm gonna take you along. I'll put in some clips as well of whatever I'm doing in the day that I feel like sharing, but I mostly want to focus on trying to get things ready. I just been so busy. There's been birthdays, there's been parties, and just like it's so much, and it's been hard to get things done. But I have already purchased supplies, and anything that I'm missing I'll add on. So yeah, let's go ahead. I'm sorry if this is a bit discombobulated, but like, let's go ahead and get started with this vlog. All right, so I think I finally did it. I think I finally put up my coat rack, and this time it's gonna stay, right? I hope so. I am in a good mood. Actually, I didn't record any of me putting the coat rack up because it was my first time using. I bought these attachments from the DeWalt brand that is supposed to be for like, you know, weird spaces, right angle, I don't know what else. I'm probably gonna keep the instructions because I'll be honest, I have no idea how to use that. I don't even know how I used it. I did end up using this piece for the top of the rack. However, what ended up happening was that this thing is like very deep, the hole. And I think it's an issue with DeWalt, the brand, from my Google search of other people being like, how do you solve the drill bit from going in? Anyways, the whole thing went down and I couldn't get it out. Luckily, I have a bag of tools, and in there were some pliers, and I also have magnets. I was trying to pull it out with a magnet, but the magnet wasn't strong enough. So then I had to end up doing pliers, which ended up working after like the 50th time. All of that to say that it would have been a hot mess if I tried to film it, because then at some point I heard a pop and I still don't know where that pop came from. But here I am hoping that this is it. However, now I gotta like sort this big mess I have in the living room with like all of my clothing, even though I did take some clothing out to take to my job's little swap meet that we had last week, which was essentially we brought in clothes we didn't use anymore, and then we took each other's clothes. So we did that, but I didn't take as many things because I wasn't like fully ready, or fully ready to be in that mindset of like pulling things out. And even though I put in a bigger screw, because before I had put a medium-sized one, I went for a larger one, and I think it's pretty like sturdy. However, I am concerned that once things go on the rack that it'll start falling down. I know this vlog is supposed to be about me fixing, not like me preparing to host, and right now my apartment is in a state where like hosting would be very, very embarrassing because it's a sea of like stuff from this closet, at least in the living room. I had a work thing right now that started around 7 and it's now like 8:45. So it was a pretty long meeting and I forgot to eat beforehand, so I'm a little bit hungry. All I had was a piece of bread to eat. However, I can't figure out what to eat, so then I decided to come here and film this clip of an update of what's going on so far. I have put some stuff back. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the door open like this because in the morning I usually get ready in the living room. When I come in, it'll be obvious whether or not the thingamabob held up. It's making me nervous that it keeps on making like this creaking noise. And I don't know if the creaking noise is from the rack itself or if it's from the rod adjusting, because I did take off the screw that was on the rod, so that's off now. So yeah, I don't know what's causing it. I do understand that there's probably quite a bit of weight in here as well, so I'm considering folding some of the stuff. I have this coat right here that I recently bought. I'm not planning on getting rid of it, but this, I want to say, it might be the culprit of why because it's pretty heavy coat, so I need to figure out how I would store this. And then here I have that sweater which ended up being dirty. I have a snowsuit right there that I bought for one time I went to Lake Tahoe. I don't go to Lake Tahoe that often, so I can definitely put that away. I have my work jacket, my Leatherman jacket that just has my last name on it. I can also put that in storage because I don't see myself wearing it, because I personally don't really like wearing things that have my job's logo on it. It's just a personal preference for me. So I might bring this out for like our job's offsite or any sort of job related event. And then this jacket, I knew I should have taken it to the swap with my coworkers because I was pretty sure that I had it, that this didn't fit me anymore. My mom gifted it to me and it's nice. I just didn't really like wearing it because it's white, and so my makeup would get like on the collar. So the purple dress is actually a nice dress like for bridal stuff. I've been meaning to get rid of it. I don't know if you can see it well. So this is a dress that I wore for a wedding 2019. And I mean, it's a beautiful dress. I just don't see myself wearing it ever again. However, I gotta wash this dress again because a certain furball had decided that she was gonna lay on it. And so it's probably like all dirty, but I need to also get rid of this dress because I don't need it. And then I have stuff that just needs to be put away that I haven't put away, but at least now I can see a little bit more of my floor and things are now in the closet, which feels good. Not too confident about the ability of this to stay up. I don't know. And then, you know, I have like a gazillion sweatshirts and hoodies, and I got like a gazillion coats and stuff because San Francisco, you don't know what kind of weather you might have. Where do I begin? It's been a few days and I haven't done anything. Decided to take the day off today as a mental health day because honestly I've been just so overwhelmed with like everything just going on, the world, work, everything. But I don't really want to get into that, and obviously my construction neighbors, I don't know where it's happening, but they're not going to let me really talk without them interrupting. So with all of that, today, since I'm taking a mental health day, I decided it's a perfect time for me to be at home and actually have more time to really do stuff. One of that is putting this closet back together. So the repair I made on the rod worked. I kind of only left these clothes up so far because I was concerned that it wouldn't hold up well, because last time that's what happened. The bracket that was up against the wall just like popped up. I'm still kind of concerned because every time I like put something in there, there's like a squeaky noise that happens, and it makes me concerned that like any moment, you know, the whole thing's gonna just crash down, and I don't want that to happen. So I ended up not putting things back to give it time, and now that we've had time, here's what I'm envisioning. I'm thinking of taking down the sweaters. I do have those cute organizers like from IKEA, because I used to have that thing that you would hang on the rod back in college, and I got rid of that, but I kept the baskets that it came in. And so currently one of the baskets is in here, and then I have another basket that is in my closet that is pretty much empty. Like what it's holding could go somewhere else. I'm so sorry, I'm just going to talk over because they're not going to quiet down the sounds of the city. But I do have another basket that's in the closet. I'm thinking of bringing those out, seeing if I can fit these sweaters in there, take off, you know, because I do have quite a bit of these sweaters, just take off that load off the closet. And then I do have this one brown organizer thing that I haven't figured out where it was going to go, so it's been in my room. And I'm thinking that can go right here, and I would keep the shoes exactly where they are, maybe make it a little better, like the way that I'm organizing. And I have shoes in my bedroom, so I'll probably bring those boxes here and just reorganize what's up here, make sure that it's not heavy, because I did have some really heavy stuff up there. Just kind of, you know, take that into consideration, considering that this is probably my weakest closet. Been a few hours and I've been chipping away. I didn't record everything because honestly I had to keep taking breaks because I was becoming very overwhelmed, because visually it's very overwhelming to see all of the clutter. And then I started to declutter a little bit, but then there are certain things that I just put back in there that was like, we can't open this can of worms. I'm never gonna finish if I start like going down this rabbit hole we'll go down the rabbit hole another day. We just found a spot for those items for now. So I still have a lot of way to go, because this kind of turned into like a slightly decluttering situation. I just needed to take breaks, and on my break I took advantage, and I need to update my YouTube and my links for it, but I got rid of TikTok. I deleted my account. I love TikTok, and I was one of those people, I spent hours doom scrolling. I do spend a lot of time on YouTube, but I feel because the videos are longer, I just have them as a background noise, and the only thing I worry about is like ads. But with like TikTok, I feel like I actively, swipe, like, comment, and just, it was a cycle, and I would spend hours and hours and hours, and I didn't like that feeling of like, wow, I just lost 4 hours and I could have been doing something else, especially like I said, because you have to scroll. It was harder for me to just put it down and do something else the same way that I would with like YouTube. That was like one of the downside to TikTok, but I still was on TikTok. I was still like pretty on it. And I think around 2023, the end of 2023, it was becoming harder to be on TikTok. And it's not bad. I think it's really important to be informed, but I think like it was really hard to manage at what point was staying informed not good for me, because I think I would be like inform, and just like my brain would just, there was nothing good ever happened in the past couple of years. There's literally been nothing but bad news everywhere. And it was becoming overwhelming. This just happened here. This just happened there. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this world, it was just too much. And it's really hard on TikTok when you're scrolling through. And it wasn't even like I was following people that only talked about certain things. It was just like, I'm scrolling, hee hee, haha, funny dog video, funny person video, hee hee. What about the new movie? Yada, yada, yada. Hee hee, haha, and then boom, just trauma. just like the most, just like, oh my gosh, like that's what's happening in the world. Oh my gosh, like, the house is on fire, like constantly just on edge, constantly. So I started taking breaks, and those breaks started becoming longer and longer this last break, and I just never got back on. And the other thing is like, because my friends were sending me TikToks, I also was getting overwhelmed. I never had the notifications on, because I knew that if I did, I would be on that app every single day for hours and hours a day, and I knew that wouldn't be good. So I would just go on there, and I would see my inbox, and it would be like 100 plus, little red dot, and it would just overwhelm me. Like, oh my gosh, 100 plus, that means like 3 hours of content for me to go through so I can hee hee ha ha with my friends, And I also know I sent a bunch of TikToks to people, but I guess like towards the end, I was just getting overwhelmed by like too much information, not knowing how to regulate that, and then not liking the feeling of losing hours of my day doing something that wasn't productive or making me happy, that if anything was impacting me so negatively. I started noticing that whenever I would go back to TikTok, I would get pretty depressed and pretty anxious. So erasing TikTok from the equation was bringing me a little bit of joy. And then this week, I hear about the change to the terms and conditions of TikTok. Honestly, like when the first ban was happening, I downloaded the videos I thought were important that I didn't have anywhere else. So I already had those videos. Outside of that, like I said, my following was a little bit smaller. It was like 40 something people, which included my friends. And it was the same content I was posting across the platforms. It was just time. I miss it. I'm going to miss it, RIP, but it wasn't serving me anymore. And just like in terms of content, there was no entanglement there where I needed to have an account anymore, especially because I'm mostly a long form content creator. I don't need the short form platform that TikTok was. RIP to them. All right, good morning, good afternoon. I don't know what time it is. It is Sunday. It's not Sunday, it is Saturday. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting. My apartment is still a mess. I feel like I haven't even gone through the mental list I have of things I wanted to do this weekend. Usually during the work week, I don't get the opportunity to do a lot of chores. I've also have a lot going on my plate. A lot of it is self-induced, kind of regretting my decisions, but here we are. I'm not done with everything. I have so many things now where it's like they got to be tossed out to the garbage or donations, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's just a lot of stuff came out from the closet. And yes, I didn't have to fix my closet in the sense of like, I didn't have to declutter it, but I did have to fix it so I can put things back in it. It's just the part of putting things back is taking me a while, and I still have a lot to clean to get this apartment ready. And I mean, just like, because I've fallen behind on chores, this is taking me a lot longer than it should to fix, and I still need to do other stuff, which includes going downtown to the IKEA. I need to find some stuff for one of the projects that I want to do. I'm also thinking I could hit up Bleaks, I think it's called, or Brick. Is it called Bricks or Bleak? I can't remember, but it is an art store downtown that's also close by the IKEA, so I might hit that up. I feel so chaotic. I need to go ahead and head out to pull up my hair, because my hair today did not turn out anything like I wanted it to. Gotta go grab my bag, grab my stuff, and head downtown. I've been working on the kitchen. May not look like it. I had a lot of dishes to do once again, and you can probably hear the dishwasher going on in the background. I still need to put the pantry away. I'm kind of hoping that in the process I find my Oura ring, because I took it off so I could wash the dishes, and currently my brain has like no recollection, like absolutely no recollection of where I put it down. And it doesn't help that I have a lot of golden stuff, so finding a golden ring in this apartment is really hard, especially when it's a mess. And like I said, I have no idea where I put it down. I need to become better at like having a spot for this darn ring, because this is the second time I do this to myself. Well, I found it. It was in my bedroom on my desk. I need to come up with like a spot where this goes whenever I'm doing dishes, because that's how I lost it last time, and I keep losing it that way. It's gonna look crazy. I really don't. It's the least of my worries. My biggest worry is cleaning this mess that you see here. I gotta organize it in my little pantry. That is what I use for my pantry. That's it. I do have some space over there that I put like baking things are kept over there, so like the packages of the sugar, but I keep like, the sugar that I used to refill, not like the big packs out here. Anyways, I went in there and I started cleaning out, and it sucks because it is the weekend. It is Sunday and the garbage doesn't come around until tomorrow. It's also a reminder to me to stop buying so many snacks that I don't eat. I forget that I'm a family of one human. I'm feeling overwhelmed, but I know once this is done, I'll feel better. But it's gonna become more overwhelming before it becomes better. We're finally done with the pantry. Now whatever's left on the counter needs to go somewhere else. The light is a little harsh because it's literally above me, but I thought I should do an outro here, close out this vlog. I didn't get everything I wanted to do done at all. I still have a lot of things that I still need to clean, but I have time, and I think the apartment is in a state where it's like easier. Like I took care of the bigger problems, which were, you know, my closet. So now everything is just really easy to put away. I just realized I left the windows open, so you're gonna have to excuse the beautiful sounds of the city. But it's been a little bit toastier in here. I don't know how to explain it, but it's been a little toasty. Anyways, so that was done. And then I also cleaned my kitchen, which I had neglected for a bit. So it's all set and ready to go. The stove is not ready yet because I need to wash that whatever tops of them, but I currently have them soaking in soap and hot water because I need to degrease it. Honestly, the stove was pretty clean except that I made bacon this week and the bacon just everywhere, and yeah. So it was a little extra messy because I was just like, well, I'm just gonna have to wait to clean it at the end of the week because I'm gonna have to clean the grease off of everything, which I did. It's still not perfect. There's still a couple things on the counter because I've been washing and cleaning stuff. This week is going to be a little busy, so I don't know how I'm going to get things done before the party. So much stuff is happening after work, during work. It's just been so hectic and overwhelming, and then I'm also like trying not to put a lot of pressure on myself to like post content or rush, you know, making videos. I love editing. I do. It's just, it is really hard to like balance it all, especially because this week it's a little busier. So like tomorrow I probably have another hour-and-a-half meeting. This is self-induced. Like I didn't have to do this, but something was like, go ahead and do it. And now I am like, I don't know where I squeeze in time. I don't have time, it feels like. I'm leaving this off probably a little more frustrated than I actually am. I'm mostly like overwhelmed, and I'm like, there was so many stuff I was gonna do. I had this idea for this blog. I had this little craft project that I wanted to like get to that I'm not getting to tonight, at least. I know this was more of a reset than it was like a party prep because I was supposed to be party prepping. I mean, I guess part of it was party prepping, but it wasn't what I imagined. So it's okay. It's okay. It's a lot of self-pressure, but with all of that, I hope you enjoyed this video if you made it this far into the video, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.